Welcome to another BCS Itera webinar. My name is Marek and I'm a BCS Itera Marketing and Sales Manager. Before we are going into today's topic, I would give you a really brief introduction about our company. As stated in our mission, we are consulting and IT technology company that provides management technology solutions like ERP, BI, HRM, and CRM. And mainly, if we look our customers, kind of medium and large companies. We have been in the market over 20 years, and nowadays we have team 100 plus people and have implemented a solution for approximately to 900 customers. In Finland, we have been present for close, I think, 7 years now, and we are continuing growing there. And you can find us through various channels, like our main webpage, itera.fi, and then BI365 and CRM for sales, which the last one are landing pages for solutions. And definitely you can find us from Estonian sites as well. There is even more. As I mentioned earlier, but I repeat, we have 4 main product areas, which in the majority of customers are interconnected into one value chain. It means that often we implement ERP, BI, and CRM solutions as a one solution to cover the whole supply chain. And for all of these, we offer Microsoft solutions like Business Central in ERP, HRM for Baltics as a HRM solutions. This is unfortunately only for Baltic states and not available in Finland, but CRM, there is sales and project operation, and in BI, various other solutions. But let's move on to today's topic. Today we're talking about ERP and CRM projects, more specifically how to prepare the project and what to keep in mind when starting to one. In my mind, at least, preparation is like laying the foundation, which can ensure the success of the entire project or the opposite. And just to put things to perspective, here is a slightly longer list of key elements I shared the screen for successful project. And some of these we take a closer look today as well. I won't stop here longer, but if you wish, you can look it up later from video. The first and perhaps one of the most important point is the role of management. Quite often, especially in larger organizations, the ERP project is left to the shoulders of middle manager or solely the IT department. And most articles on this topic highlight this as primary reason why projects encounter issues in the first place. So definitely it's crucial from the first minute of the project. Why it's important? Because the main goal of the ERP and CRM project is to manage, improve, and change existing processes, not just implement an IT solution. IT is just a tool, not a goal in itself. And managers are process holders where IT cannot make decisions. And without management level, this project starts to track. This is our experience. And because decisions regarding of the solution architecture are not even made, or worse, IT makes decisions and later managers and then the user reject the solution. And what's more, additionally, we deal as well with the change management, meaning our teams will start doing things differently, aligned with the business objectives. And here the role of the managers is really critical in implementing these changes. But yeah, about that I talk a little bit later. Secondly, the goal, big why. There is, I think, really great saying that if you cannot articulate the problems, you can't solve them. So the answer to why is really extremely important in change management as well in the protecting the investment. Because at some point there is on management table investment of tens, but rather hundreds of thousands of euros, and extremely important to be able to justify this, understand why why we are doing this. Because in our case, we have seen it so many times that in that stage when there is already proposals and many people have done tens, if not hundreds hours of work, the top management don't understand. So what does our organization gain from it? Where are we heading? And what risks are we eliminating? In ROI, return of investment calculation, there are actually 3 main components. And all of these should be invested and answered in why question. First, improved sales. How will the investment lead to increased sales? Increased efficiency through, I don't know, automation, digitalization, and comprehensive solutions. How will the investment lead to greater efficiency? Cost savings. How will the investment result in reduced costs? I think these components need to be addressed to justify the investment and align the project with the organizational goals and objectives. The second really important reason is that it helps the entire organization understand the reason for the changes. You know, introducing the new solution entails a lot of learning, discomfort, letting go of habits and doing things differently in the beginning. So therefore, it's really, really helpful to use the same reasons to explain this. When our organization does better, your life gets better too. I don't know, get higher income example. And yeah, one good piece of advice is that try to divide goals into 2 groups. First is cross-organizational goals. I know we want to keep our customer base. We want new customers. We want new markets. We try to be more competitive in the market whatsoever. And then there is departmental goals, what are much, much more precise and detailed. Because the latter is an excellent opportunity for each team to find new development in their field through process change and technological leap and so on. So this is where we can really help as a partner, both in formulating goals and using the right tools. If it looks that you need help. But definitely this is one thing to do if you're talking about scope and goals. Scope and extent. I would use the analogy of building the house here. The more precisely you explain to the architect what kind of house you want, the better the results you get. Because typically, if you start to build, you think through all the detailed needs from the design perspective of the house to the functional needs of the family. So if you don't do this, there are usually 2 possibilities. Firstly, the designer may go crazy and throw you a house that only a billionaire can afford, or the house that only fits, I don't know, your dog. So you don't want that. So it's the same case with the ERP or CRM project. What is the scope? And there is 3 main things what it should include. What business processes should the ERP cover? Is it finance, procurement, sales, warehouse, manufacturing, etc., etc. Second, sub processes for each business process. Example, well, let's take the sales, B2B, B2C, project sales, click and collect, campaigns, etc. What kind of sub process you have. And third, possible interfaces with other systems. It's really crucial because normally they are quite a big part of the implementation. In perfect world, each process should also include current issues and expectations for the future solutions. We tend to say that it like as is and to be, because it gives you really good picture about the extent of the change and how big change management you need to deal. And it's all together what you talked, it's the goals we talked and then scope. By the way, maybe one thing to keep in mind as well is that is process diagrams. These are really big help if you are capable to draw these. I added here as well some additional keywords. Comparable offers. Typically, assessments for a project are expected from more than one partner. So the more detailed the task description and scope is, the more comparable offers you will receive. It's really big red flag, and we see it many times. If one offer is 100K, another is 500, and the third one is million, it is clear indication that the scope was too open to interpretation. So you need to work with the scope to narrow that gap between different offers. It's not possible. Second, defined expectations. Clients usually expect more than the partner offers. So scope helps to set minimum solution requirements. It helps you to get what you need and what you want. Third, dreams. I would be really cautious with dreams because, and as a rule, we as a partner try to push back this as much as possible. We just had a case where the customer insisted putting down all the wild dreams to document, and what happened that at the end of the day, the project cost exceeded the planned investment by 3 to 4 times, and they kind of pushed away the whole project. As a partner, we know what is feasible and what is really expensive, if not possible. And last, prioritization. It doesn't mean that all wishes and dreams should be set aside, but here we recommend prioritizing them immediately in the must-have, should-have, and nice-to-have categories. Nice-to-have are deeply ingrained comfort and habit-based desires, and we recommend bringing these to table after, I don't know, 1 year or 2 using the new systems. And should-have is, these are things that might help you, quite useful, but you can still make business without them. And what we have experienced that even from should-have list, a lot of things drop away in quite short time of the go live. So yeah, our advice is that implement only must-have stuff, even that something is more uncomfortable than it was before, but just give time to the new system. Selection process. This is often one of the most challenging questions, how to choose the right solution and also the right partner and how much money we should spend. It's also like the dilemma on which came first, the chicken or the egg. However, I still recommend choosing the solution first. Why? Because the primary reason you embarked on this journey in the first place is to find a solution that helps you automate, stay competitive, keep up with the latest technological advancements, and so on. So, and second thing, international solution. Here we might disagree, but my recommendation is always to primarily look towards international solutions, because they typically offer greater functionality, covering even the needs of the most demanding companies. And maybe one thing what is not written here is the verticals or industry-specific solutions, like Business Central has kind of dedicated solution for retail, manufacturing, building companies, real estate management, and so on and so on. And of course, it's really important to keep in mind that bigger companies, bigger solutions, they can invest significantly more to innovation, like AI example, what is already integrated into many solutions like Business Central as well. And it is crucial that the solution has more than 1 or 2 local partners. This is what I always highlight here as well. This way you kind of avoid becoming captive or hostage. Because it doesn't mean that one partner can deliver, so you have options. One slippery slope is as well to fall into the trap of the user interface. Again, we see it quite often, as there may be startups on the market offering cool solutions, and it's worth remembering that the goal and scope is equal with functionality. So greater is the functionality, the more complex the user interface will be. True, in newer and more modern solutions, the interface is role-based and all access can be removed, as the case with Business Central. But definitely focus to functionality and how it meets your needs. Second thing is customization. Every business is different, and most likely you have created processes that give you competitive advantage. So they are usually not in the standard solution, so each solution needs customization in some extent. That's why be sure to investigate how easy it is and how it affects the adaptation of new versions. Example, in Business Central, there is version upgrades twice a year, and it happens mainly in background and even if there are developments. So you can really have the latest and coolest version in your hand whenever you need and want it. Integrations, I already mentioned these, but today there are no solutions that are not integrated with third-party solutions. I know government, web, partners, etc. Reporting, keep in mind that reporting is the end of the solution use, so you can really run your business and manage it through data. So it's important. And today's standard is Power BI, and be sure that it inquire whether the solution also offers data warehouse solution. And last but not least, methodology. The larger the solution, the more complex the processes and more important methodology becomes. Investigate what methodology partners use and if any at all. And a couple of words about partner as well. Actually, one word. Reference, reference, reference. Who are the customers? Are these customers at least as large as you? Are they from your industry? Reach out to them and ask. That's all. Be sure that the partner know what they do. I like to bring here in one example. If you're seeking a solution for your heart problems, example, let's hope that there isn't, but just as an example, you also need the appropriate expert, namely a cardiologist, nothing else. So it's same with the business. Partner is like doctor to your company. And schedule. The main advice would be to take your time and don't rush. Think through the solution and the partner procurement process, whether it supports the expected schedule and so on. For somewhat more complex solution, and it's again experience from idea to start to implement something to contract, it takes about 1 year. Once again, you need to articulate goals with the team. Why? Big why. You need to map out processes and agree on the scope of the solution. Get acquainted with different partners and solutions. Get quotes and negotiate to make decisions. So it all takes time. So take it. Don't rush. Realistic means that when is the desired go live date? From that date, you need to calculate when it's necessary to sign the contract with the partner. Example, you want to go live 1st January 26. And if you know that the project the implementation lasts at least 1 year, so it means that you need to sign the contract with partner on December of 24. And this is something where many companies kind of lose the track. They keep the go live date and they negotiate and negotiate and negotiate. So it's really important that you are flexible in that sense. And of course, the second thing to mention is to consider the core business. It means you need to do your main business and job. It's important not to push your team to the limit, that they burn out. And last, let's talk about team, a couple of words. When it comes to the team, start with the preparation. And it is to explain why we are doing what we are doing and when we plan to do. It's really great help if you can find kind of internal evangelists who can take your idea or management idea and start to spread that word and idea all over the company. It's also important to discuss expectations and activities for each project member. Here is a list of how the roles are distributed, and it's really extremely important to find so-called power user who is responsible for the entire solution. Why I mention this, because typically based on our experience, this is the CFO, head of accounts, or someone at least who understands where and how the numbers come from and what the company's processes are. Do you remember our beginning? The first point, ERP or CRM project is management project. So remember, most likely it is not IT managers. And this is my last slide. These are the points: management project, the goal, scope, solution, partner, take time, schedule, and team. We didn't manage to go through all the important points, but these are, at least in my mind, some of the most crucial ones. My recommendation is to find an experienced ERP partner who can assist you right from the beginning and through the preparation phase. You necessarily doesn't have to implement with them, but you reach significantly better decisions. And from my experience, I can say that over the years we have seen very few companies who have independently arrived to the well thought out plan and scope when they reach to us. Often we find ourselves as a partner having to go through the same things again in the second round of discussions and workshops. And this really trains both the team and the company. Thank you for participating, and I wish you success with your project. And BCS Itera is there if you need either consultancy about preparing to the project or implementation. Thank you very much and have a nice day.